Consider the artist Andy Warhol. He understood this law perfectly. In interviews, he would give short, cryptic, and often nonsensical answers to questions. He would pause for long periods. Journalists and critics, used to long-winded explanations, were baffled. They would spend weeks, even years, trying to decipher his hidden meanings. This created an incredible aura of mystique around him. He seemed like a modern oracle, a man of profound and hidden depths. But in reality, he often had nothing to say. His power came from the silence that others filled with their own interpretations. How do you apply this law in your own life? First, practice deliberate silence. When you are in a meeting or a negotiation, get comfortable with pauses. When asked a question, don't feel the need to give a long, rambling answer that reveals everything you know. Be concise. Be deliberate. Often, a simple yes, no, or I will consider it is far more powerful than a 10-minute explanation. It forces the other person to wonder what you're truly thinking. Second, be vague when it serves your purpose. Keep your intentions and opinions ambiguous. This keeps people on their toes and prevents them from being able to predict your moves. And third, be particularly careful with sarcasm. A momentary feeling of satisfaction you get from a witty, sarcastic remark is rarely worth the price you pay in the resentment that it can create. Remember, words are like currency. The more you spend, the less value they have. Learn to hold your tongue, and you will find that what you don't say is often far more powerful than what you do. Law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. Any momentary victory you think you have gained through argument is almost always a Pyrrhic victory. It is a victory that will cost you more than it is worth in the long run. Why? Because the resentment and ill will you stir up are stronger and more lasting than any temporary change of opinion you might have forced. You can have the most logical, well-reasoned, factually correct argument in the world. You can prove with absolute certainty that the other person is wrong. And what have you accomplished? You have wounded their pride. You have made them feel inferior. You have implicitly criticized their intelligence. You may have won the argument, but you have lost an ally. And you may have created a silent enemy who will be waiting for an opportunity to undermine you. As Dale Carnegie also taught, a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. It is far more powerful to get others to agree with you through your actions without saying a word. Demonstrate, do not explicate. Let results be your ultimate argument. A tangible demonstration of success carries more weight than the most eloquent speech or the most logical debate. It is proof that cannot be argued with. History provides a perfect example during the Renaissance. A debate raged in Florence over where to place Michelangelo's statue of David. One faction wanted it in a prominent, open location. Another, led by a powerful politician named Soderini, wanted it in a more sheltered loggia. Soderini argued that the statue was magnificent, but it had a flaw. The news was too large. Michelangelo knew that arguing with a powerful man like Soderini was pointless. So he used demonstration. He led Soderini up the scaffolding to the statue's face. He picked up his chisel and a small amount of marble dust he had concealed in his hand. While Soderini watched from below, Michelangelo pretended to gently tap away at the nose, letting the marble dust fall little by little. He didn't actually touch the statue at all. After a few moments, he stood back and said, "Look at it now." Soderini replied, "I like it better. You have given it life." Michelangelo won his point not by arguing, but by creating the illusion of action. He allowed Soderini to believe his criticism had been addressed, preserving the politician's sense of importance. The statue was placed in the more prominent location he desired.
How do you apply this law? Next time you disagree with a coworker or a superior, resist the powerful urge to argue your point. Instead, propose a small-scale practical test of your idea. I understand your perspective. It's a valid point. How about we try my method on this small part of the project and let the results speak for themselves? If your idea is better, the results will prove it without you having to say a word. The other person will come to your conclusion on their own, or at least be more open to it, without feeling like they have been forced or humiliated. They can save face. Save your breath. Don't win arguments. Win through demonstration. Your success will be your ultimate and silent persuasion. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. This law is a cornerstone of strategic interaction. It is about keeping people off balance and in the dark. If you are too open and honest about your true intentions, you make yourself predictable. And if you are predictable, you are easy to counter. You give your rivals and enemies the information they need to thwart you. The master strategist learns to master the art of misdirection. You must learn to hide your true purpose behind a smokescreen of decoys, red herrings, and plausible-sounding but false objectives. By dangling a fake goal in front of your opponents, you keep them occupied and looking in the wrong direction. While they are busy preparing a defense against your stated intention, you are free to pursue your real objective without opposition. This tactic has been used for centuries in warfare, politics, and business. The legendary German Chancellor Otto von Bismarck was a master of this law. In the 1860s, Bismarck's goal was to unify the German states under the leadership of his own state, Prussia. To do this, he knew he needed to provoke wars with Denmark, Austria, and France. But he needed to appear as the victim, not the aggressor. To the outside world, he presented himself as a man of peace, a bluff and honest country squire. He talked endlessly about his desire for stability and his respect for treaties. This was his smokescreen. Behind this